Hello, Virgo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day, or a great night, or a great afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 20th through the 26th. And during that time, we'll have a waning crescent moon, which is a really good time of surrender, rest, and healing. So relax, take it a little easy this week as we're wrapping up this cycle and getting ready for the new moon on the 25th, which of course is a fresh start, new beginnings, time to start new projects, new thoughts, new ideas, new things. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading, Virgo, for the energies that you may or may not encounter. So of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message card, I think this is the fourth reading I've had this. Confidence is your key to success. So apparently something going on in the collective this week where people really need to express their confidence. So very, very interesting. You know, as I'm finding as I do these collective readings, which is new to me, that there are definitely repeating cycles, things that kind of all the signs, and it could be, you know, the fire signs are going through this, things, the water signs are going through this. Is very, very, very fascinating and interesting to me, as everything, as we're all learning constantly, right? All right, my weekly reminder, Virgo, is that you get out into nature this week. Hopefully you do that daily or at least weekly. But oh, look at that. Lover's card's trying to make an appearance. We will take that card. But anyway, get out into nature, take a walk, a hike somewhere, maybe, find a beautiful water place to sit and listen to, either the ocean or, the waves on a lake, or even the running of a creek or stream. So, but take the time to just really enjoy the miracle of nature. Maybe watch animals or study a plant or a tree, and do that for a little bit longer than you normally would, and just kind of let yourself, escape and relax into that. I find it to be super, super recharging. So keep that in mind as you're moving through your week. All right, Virgo, July 20 through 26th. Confidence is your key to success. And we will take this card that flew out first. Your present energy is the Lover's card. Had this one also in someone else's present energy. Let me look. I'm going to look and see, because it may reflect to you, Sagittarius. My drawer there to see my notes. Yeah, Sagittarius also had the Lover's card in the same exact situation. So if you know Sagittarius, Virgo, very interesting. You might want to watch that reading if you're a cross watcher. So, but yeah, the Lover's card is, of course, it can be about relationships and moving into relationship, being in relationship, all the things that come with that. But could also be about yourself and about duality, and about how, we're all having this conflict of learning and learning how to be in the world as we travel through it together. So keep that in mind. Your current situation, some sort of celebration. So maybe this is about a relationship here where you are maybe taking the next step. You're celebrating something. Maybe you're celebrating an engagement. Maybe you're celebrating a big anniversary, that you have. Maybe, there's lots of reasons to celebrate. Maybe you're just celebrating a birthday for the other person, but planning some sort of celebration and just relaxing and having a good time. Again, it's a good week for rest and meditation. So I'm jealous that you're doing that this week. That's awesome. At the root of your situation is that you're kind of sitting in a phase of your life where, you've planted the seed, you're waiting on the harvest, and there's not really much you can do. You're just kind of waiting and being patient. We're kind of emotionally calm here. We've got a foot in very calm emotional water here. And again, just waiting, just kind of in waiting mood. What is in your recent past is the Queen of Pentacles. So more Pentacles here. It looks like your material world is good. You're kind of set. And I what I mean is, like, there's money in the bank. You've been working really hard. Things are settled. Things are good. We're not really having a struggle there, and we're celebrating. We're celebrating with a partner, which is awesome. That's beautiful. What is on your mind is the Three of Pentacles. So this is, coming together in creativity. Now it also puts two threes on the table. So you may want to look up angel number 33 and see if that has significance. We'll see if other threes pop out here, but two threes on the table, which, threes are about coming together. It's about coming together to celebrate, coming together to collaborate. So, in the positive aspects of the three. What is just ahead of you this week is the World card, which might end up being my star of the deck because this card is now appearing. It's appeared in several readings now, the World card in this position. So here is perfect balance. This is kind of reaching a conclusion. This is the end of the Fool's journey here it's the very last card in the major arcana. And it's a card of perfect balance. It's things that are coming true. It's, things that you've been manifesting, materializing. It's harmony. It's discovery. It's being happy. It's the end of the journey. So I love this. I love this reading so far. It looks like you've done the hard work and you're kind of in celebratory mode. So if it says confidence is your key to success, it looks like you should be in a very confident place. In your advice position, okay, a little bit of conflict here, but I feel like this as soon as I grabbed this and looked at it, it said to me, hold your ground. So hold your ground. There's something here that and your life is going very well. There's something that you need to hold your ground on when it comes to communicating. Hold your ground and hold on to some of these swords. Some things need to be said, but you're going to be kind of in self-protective mode. But hold your ground is definitely what came out for advice right there for some reason. So some of you that will make perfect sense, Virgos. Some maybe not, but some of you are going to understand exactly what I'm talking about there. What is beyond your control this week is the Ace of Cups. So this is an outpouring of your heart, and this is just something that you love, and it could just be that it's your life that you love right now. You're just like, I just love, you ever have those days where it's like, today was just the perfect day. It's like nothing could have gone any better. Just there was a nice flow to how the whole day went, and my interactions with people, and the things that I did today, the things that I ate today, the things that I got a good night's sleep. Sometimes you just love your life because things just have a nice good flow to them. Of course, we're all trying to get to where most of our days are like that, right? Is that perfect, beautiful, beautiful flow. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid is the Judgment card. So very interesting. Is it your secret desire to judge someone, to maybe not feel judged by someone? um Very interesting. The judgment is about a new awareness. And are you trying to avoid a new awareness? Or maybe it is your secret desire to have a new awareness. And it could be, again, like this, like I said, with this Ace of Cups, is that some days are just perfect. And don't judge that. I'm talking to the Virgo collective, which tends to be very self critical and very perfectionistic. I know I have some Virgo in my chart, and I have to really fight this with myself. And I love the days where I'm like, today I let go being a perfectionist because it's so, so difficult to do. It's just the way I am. And I will drive myself crazy just trying to get things right and perfect, right? And there's just no such thing. So sometimes just let it go, and I do this some days on specifically. I'll go to make my bed and I'll say, you know what, today we're not doing it perfectly. We're just not going to do it. But does it really matter? So we're not going to do it completely perfectly where everything's tucked and right and pillows are right. And, today we're just going to put it together. And so that is a battle that I fight with myself. And that could be something that you fight with yourself too. Sometimes letting that being perfect, that being the perfectionist, just let something go. It just makes your day easier. And tomorrow you're going to forget that the bed wasn't perfect today. In your outcome position, Nine of Pentacles. So really just enjoying the fruits of your labor. Look at all the pentacles in this reading. Your material world is just in such a good place right now. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Don't judge. Don't be self-critical. Go ahead and be confident in the world that you're building around you. Literally the World card. I won't be surprised next week to see that you're maybe on some new path. That this kind of everything being in place just drives you to maybe even start to be a new way, which is really great. So let's get a final card here from the Soul Oracle deck. I was looking to see if any other threes. Yeah, go ahead and look up angel number 33 and see if that says something. See if that speaks to you this week with what's going on in your life. And I think it will. I can't quote it verbatim, but I have an idea of what that message, what that angel number means. And I think it definitely will relate to this reading. So, all right, Virgo, Soul Oracle deck, July 20 through 26. Final word here for Virgo. Claim your art. Okay, what is your art? Card is a 10. Claim your art. Claim whatever it is that you're creating. Claim the artful creation of the world around you. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see what the self-care wisdom cards. What does Virgo need to do in the way of self-care this week as they're working on being confident, letting go of that being perfectionistic and judging, usually of themselves, maybe others as well, but usually of themselves. All right, self-care card for Virgo. Release. Let's see what this release card has to say. Sometimes the best way to grow is to simply let go. Wow. If that doesn't relate here to this judgment, just let it go. Let it go. Does it really, really matter? Do you need to be a perfectionist all the time? Excuse me. I doubt it. I doubt anyone else will notice the things that you let go. Again, I use the bed as the example. Is who's really going to know if your bed wasn't perfect? Honestly, I know in my house, my husband wouldn't notice. That's not one of the things that he really cares about like I do. He just doesn't. I wish I could be more like him. That's where we learn from each other. You know, we started off here with this lovers card, and that is the ultimate way in which we learn. And maybe you do have a partner that isn't a perfectionist. Let me grab some coffee here. Maybe you have a partner that isn't a perfectionist and you can learn from that. I've been trying to learn from that since we've been together. How can you do that? I'm jealous of it, right? So, that was our first card here was what does this have to do with your relationship, with how you interact with others? And also, like I said, it's a card of duality. It's how you are within yourself. Are you fighting the self-critical battle, with yourself to try to attain this perfect, but your world is perfect already. So enjoy the fruits of your labor here and be in love with your life and celebrate that fact. So Virgo, I really appreciate your time here with me today. I do hope there was something here that you can take away and use this week. I do post every week, so come back next week and we'll see if this anything changes, with this energy, if this continues, or you may have something that changes for next week. So again, if you like my reading style, please like and subscribe. It really, really helps my channel. And most importantly, it'll help you find me next week. So thank you so much, Virgo. Good luck with this. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.